Write a sales visit thank you note. The thank you note sent to a client is one of the oldest sales tricks in the book. It will not only strengthen your bond with the client but will also increase the chances of closing a sale. Writing a thank you note after a sales visit is quite simple. Yes, you do not have to be skilled like Hemingway to write a good one. You can be informal and just touch a little on how good the meeting was and what you both agreed to be the next step towards a prosperous partnership. And, believe it or not, a note that is well written can actually nudge a client towards the sale, which you will definitely welcome. Here are some tips on how to write an effective thank you note after a sales meeting. Do it right after the meeting. So, your meeting went well with the client and you have a feeling that you may be inching towards a closed deal. Nevertheless, there is still a process to follow, which will include fostering the rapport you have initially built with the client. A simple thank you note can do wonders. In order for the note to be effective and so that you won't forget any minor detail during the meeting, you might want to consider writing the thank you note right after the meeting. This way, you can be sure that everything discussed is still fresh in your mind. Use the note as a strategy. The thank you note you will send after a meeting with the client is not really meant to simply say thank you to that client. In truth, it is a strategic element in sales that appears to be a regular thank you note. That said, while it may read like a clear thank you note, it is the perfect opportunity to remind him about what you discussed, to reiterate your dedication to meeting his needs, and more importantly, to inform him of the next phase of the sales process, whether it is scheduling another meeting or submitting a formal quote for his approval. Set a time for follow-up. Closing a sale is all about persistence. This requires following up on clients regarding what you proposed or are selling. Hence, the first visit is only an introduction and the future visits are where you will move to close the sale. That said, your thank you note should also indicate the specific time when you will be contacting him for a follow-up. It is recommended to follow up the client a week after your initial visit, unless you have agreed on a specific date during your first meeting. Thank the client. Since this is a thank you note, do not forget to include a statement expressing your thanks for the opportunity and the time they have set aside to meet with you. Bear in mind that thank you notes should never be written in a serious manner. It should be positive and light without any hints of coercion or forcefulness. Remember that you are trying to build a bridge to this client. Keeping it simple and friendly is the way to go.